All right, there was the season finale of The Boys. Let me just rotate that for you. You see that? That's everyone. Butcher, Frenchie, Mother's Milk, Kimiko, Huey. Yeah, today was the final episode of the series, and it was rubbish. Rubbish. Nonsense. Foolish. And then, like, come on. This was such a good series. The problem was actually in season three when they had the whole. That's when they really started moving into this thing of okay, we all know what it was from the first. They were mimicking things in real life. Season three, it was there, but they made sure that they focused on the boys. The whole plot was about the boys, and then now they started moving it towards Homelander trying to be good, trying to involve him with if you're going to do that, at least make the finale good because this finale was rushed in capital letters. I mean, this one, two, three, somehow. But this was complete rubbish. Black Noir, the way he was taken out, the guy can fly and is stronger than the Deep, but somehow it was so rushed. They're just taking out characters all over the place. And then they made us the episode before the finale. We thought maybe the finale would be like an hour 30 minutes, an hour 40 minutes, something like that. Give it something to how can I say this? Give it at least something to finish up the story. Just to find that the finale was just going to be an hour, 6 minutes, and that's without including the credits and the intro for that show. And the signs were there. This they decided to take the Marvel route, whereby instead of just focusing on movies, you want to now start making series in order for us to follow on the already existing series so that you create another series. Because this is also another reason why this finale was trash. They're trying to force this thing, Vote Rising. How do you make a prequel when you end the series? I mean, I've lost interest already because with Gen V, I've not watched a single episode. I've seen a few clips here and there, but I'm not going to watch that. Why should I have to watch three series in order to understand one comic book panel or one comic? No. That's nonsense. There's no point because the Gen V characters did nothing in the final. What was the whole point of adding them? What was the whole point of creating Gen V if no one was in the final? Not to say no one was in the final, but they did nothing. In fact, they could have just taken a normal bus driver. It would have served the exact same purpose. They have butchered the show. They have butchered the show, and then it was just so rushed. Like it was just not enough time, and then they wasted a lot of time with Soldier Boy. And then the worst part is, this is how Soldier Boy started the show, and this is how he ended the show. What was the point of giving a Soldier Boy if he was just going to go back in the pod? And we spent so much time with Soldier Boy only for them to waste it. To waste it. I've seen better. I think we all saw that leak for the boys trailer or for the boys finale, whereby Homelander goes on a rampage, then Butcher goes psycho, then they do the whole thing. The ending was so forced. We didn't even get that moment where Butcher is walking to the White House holding his crowbar. We didn't get that moment. Do you know why? It's because they kept forcing things. Ah, my goodness. Why? This was such a good show, and to end it on such a useless note. And even the final moments of Butcher, that was so forced. They're telling me that with Stan Edgar as the new CEO of Vote, he wouldn't have known that Butcher and the guys like passing through buildings. They would not have installed cameras. The fact they managed to go to the White House, they assumed that Vote was safe. Or the fact they managed to pass through that building with no security at all. Or even if you only had one guard guarding that whole building. And if there's one thing I don't like about series, is this trope whereby they will take out a security guard, and you're telling me that the people that maybe the people that employ or the security guard has no life, heartbeat, anything. People are calling him, no one is responding back. You're telling me no one would notice that. No, this is becoming silly, very silly, very silly. Anyway, let's go back to it. So the final Butcher finds Homelander in Kimiko. And then what was the point of giving Homelander the V1 if he does nothing with it? I think the most that he did was the thing with his legs as well. It's all like, that's all. That's all he did. We're expecting Homelander. I've seen better edits. I've seen better fan-made edits of Homelander going berserk compared to the actual show. We're expecting him to take down buildings. We're expecting him to fight tanks. We're expecting him to go on a proper rampage. He has the V1. No one can stop him. Instead, that nonsense happened. And then I mean, the deep, okay, it was funny how he went out because all of us were like, are sharks going to be able to bite through the deep? And then they showed that Don't know if it's an octopus or squid or kraken, whatever it may be. You know, like, yeah, this can definitely take the deep out. But what a rubbish ending. What a rubbish. It was rubbish. Yeah, I mean, the deep had to go. It's obvious. And then, to be honest, the comic book ending is better than the ending they gave us in this show. Much, much better. People say, no, the comics are edgy. We don't know who it was for. But the comics have a better ending than whatever this nonsense was. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Why? Why did you have to do this to us? And it's the fact that Homelander has the V1, right? Wait, can you people see me? Oh no, yes, you can see me. Okay. Homelander has the V1, but you're still struggling to fight Butcher. What kind of nonsense is, what kind of rubbish is that? People know they take risk. People just take risk anyhow, writing nonsense script. He has the V1, but yet you're struggling to fight Butcher. And Kimiko, come on, like, I get it, but in a real fight, you're telling me Homelander didn't think of taking out Kimiko while she was standing. They allowed Kimiko to have a moment whereby she was just talking to herself. You're telling me Homelander wouldn't try to take her out? In fact, it was better not even including this whole thing of V1. Homelander didn't get stronger. The fact that he was able to fight with Butcher and Butcher was actually winning. Nah, that's nonsense. And then how do these laser blasts work? Because I saw Butcher have one cut on his here, another cut on his shirt, then Homelander again was cut on his head. How is that possible? How did that blast move? Because they were holding him they were holding him down. So that means somehow it went through Butcher like this and also went through his shirt at the same time. Like, how did that blast move? No one is asking questions about that. Nah, man, this was. I've said that a lot. I've said that a lot. And then, like, it was so rushed. Like, even when Butcher went down, I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. Like, they didn't properly give the threat of Homelander. They didn't show what he could do with the V1. Maybe causing destruction. Maybe one or two GNV members try. Maybe one, and then the other one barely survives. I think maybe that would have built him more as a threat. Maybe the boys try to break out Soldier Boy, and then he tries, and then he also fails. And then, just as things are getting worse, that could have been I don't know, maybe that could have been, this should have been a 9 episode. Maybe even just more. It was so rushed. I don't know, Soldier Boy almost gets taken out, and then maybe he gets saved by a soup that he thought was dead or something. Or maybe just the military comes in to help. And then we start showing Butcher slowly going cuckoo. Because even the way that he went crazy, it was just so slow. Maybe he starts thinking more about Lenny as he lost his dog Tara. He starts thinking about Becca. You build it up slowly. Just don't show us Tara going out. He sits down there. Nah, that's rubbish. Homelander was very scary in this one. Yeah. But this one was really fun. It was really fun. One of the best seasons ever. This one was good because at that point no one had powers. This guy was a big threat, but you kind of have the same fear because the more the more you go through like Homelander, you start to realize like why he lost the fear factor, because he's just scared. He's scared no one likes him. The fact that he took down Soldier Boy just to put him in the capsule, the fact that he goes back to Ryan even though he abandoned him or he said I don't want him. He has attachment issues, and then we get to say we can understand that. But at least keep the threat of a crash out real. Season 4, to be honest, the fact that Butcher in this season was built to be the guy that goes through the plan. The fact that he changed or switched up on Soldier Boy, I mean, that's just horrible. Like, he took out his best friend Kessler, but he failed to get the job done. Nah. He always gets the job done, but he failed to get it done. Nah, just because I was right. Nah. And then that ending with Yui, I mean, nah. The comic ending is better than whatever nonsense they gave us. Much better. That comic ending was much better. The other parts of the comic edgy, but that ending for the comic was much better than what they gave us. I just wanted to rant. Otherwise, this is on 5. Rubbish. Anyway, I might watch Vote Rising because Gen V, I already know that was forcing things. I think I might watch Vote Rising. And it's funny because of Soldier Boy, they forced Vote Rising and then like a prequel to a show that's ended. Anyway, maybe they'll have a bigger budget. Where did they take the budget? You know what? I could rant more, but I'll be here the whole day. Otherwise, peace.